Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Real Sports Live. Back at you again with Eddie B. I'm taking Jacob's place as Jacob's gonna do the camera and I'm gonna do the commentary. As we begin this pool play number 3, as we have a great matchup between the Lady Lions going against the Progreso Red Ants, or the Lady Red Ants. As as the Lady Lions were successful on beating the previous team that they played, which would be the Juarez Lincoln Huskies, and that was the previous team that they played before this game, which was game number 2 of today, and they were able to successfully defeat the Lady Huskies, and in game number 4 they're going against the Progreso Lady Red Ants. We're going to start off this game in a little bit. Right now, both teams are taking a timeout. And I believe the one that's representing home court would have to be La Feria Lady Lions, as they'll be the first ones to serve, just like last time. And the ones representing the away team would be the Progreso Red Ants. Progreso Lady Red Ants. And it seems to me that Progreso had played earlier, but they weren't successful in playing the previous team that they played against, which was PSJ North. As we're getting ready, as the both teams are shaking everybody's hand for a sign of respect. And before I start this game, I would like to congratulate and I would like to give a great shout out to one of our sponsors, which is South Texas Music Festival in San Benito, Texas. It's going to take place next month, September 21st, on a Saturday between 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. What it's going to be about, it's going to be a special event where it's lots of fun, where there's going to be great music like Tejano, and it's a great place to invite your friends, invite your family. So just tell the whole world, tell your neighbors, tell everybody. It's going to be September 21st of next month on a Saturday. And I would like to give a great shout out to them for helping out Real Sports Live, and back to the action. As we begin this game, like what I said, the La Feria Lions will start off this game. It seems to me that the first person to start off the Lions, representing the Lions, would be Sierra Salinas. She's going to start off with her serving first. Let's see if the Lions could pull off a second win, so that they could be like the last one standing, or let's see if Progreso could be able to finally get a win for today. The Lions weren't able to capitalize on that ball over the net, so that means that La Feria has 1 point on the board for the first time of this 4th game of the 3rd pool play. And you have the Lions trying to hit it over the net as this game is beginning. And the point goes to Progreso because the ball went out of bounds. Okay, beginning off this for the Red Ants, for the Lady Red Ants, would have to be representing Lady Red Ants would be Leslie Beria, as the Progreso gets the 2nd point. Here comes Leslie with the serve. Trying to reach for that ball to go over the net, but she couldn't reach for it, so it went down. As Progreso continues on to get 3 points on the board with the serve by Leslie. Throwing it up in the air for her teammates to spike it, and she does successfully around an area that nobody was home. And that will go on the highlight reel. With the serve by Annalene Garza, with a hard spike echoing from the gym by the Progreso Red Ants, Lady Red Ants. as they have 4 now, up by 2. And up to serve for the Lady Red Ants would be Vanessa Martinez. Vanessa Martinez with the save. Setting it up for their teammates to spike it just like last time. It went pretty fast, but the Red Ants were able to expect the ball from coming as they did the same thing. And just a little arc on that ball. And wow, that was totally amazing. What a great defensive play. What a great block by the Progreso Red Ants. Unbelievable. And that was a great play by Gabriana Beltran. Trying to block that ball once again, but it went over her, putting it over the net. And it's no use. Miscommunication right there by the La Feria High Lady Lions. As Progreso is doing so good so far by having 6 points on the board. As Vanessa Martinez try serving the ball, but it hit the net. Ready to serve for the Lady Lions would be Fraga. As she serves the ball, the Lady Red Ants ready to hit the ball. The Lady Lions putting a little bit of more arc on that ball. And kind of a little bit stumbled right there by the Lady Ants where they couldn't get it over the net, where they had no choice but to hit the net. So here comes Fraga again with the second serve of the game. As almost out of bounds, almost fell, but was able to save the ball from landing. And looked like the Lady Lions were able to spike the ball, but it looked like it didn't go their way. Went Progreso's way, so they got 7 on the board. Here comes the Progreso Lady Ants. Oh, and a great block by Gabriana Beltran representing Progreso. So far, she's been hot right now as far as close to the net, where she's able to use her height advantage and using her vertical to jump so high to block that ball. And look at her go now, right? Oh, and a great block by La Feria Lions, and that was Genio Ocha, as she made a great defensive play right there. Substituting right now, I believe that would be the captain of the La Feria team, would be Gabriana Beltran for the Lady Lions. With the serve, came out really hard, spinning awkwardly, and just a little tap on that ball, and they were able to capitalize and get it in bounds by the La Feria Lady Lions. 6-8, Progreso leading, La Feria trailing as they serve the ball, as they're setting it up. The ball goes up in the air for La Feria High, trying to save the ball from collapsing, trying to throw it up in the air, but they couldn't. So La Feria's catching up, just 1 point away from tying it up. Ready to serve once again for La Feria, or no, it's the same captain of the veteran from La Feria, Beltran. Ready to serve, almost blocked, went over her, and they were able to get the point. And that was a great play by Sierra Salinas. And they called a timeout, and we'll be back with more action after this commercial break from our local sponsors.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live. As I believe it's like 9 to 8. Guess they weren't doing so good keeping track of the scoreboard. They may be mixed up, as Feria was able to start off back from the timeout to serve, and they get 10 on the board. Once again, the captain of the Feria Lady Lions is serving right now. Gabriana, she's going to serve once again to see if she could keep up the momentum by being ahead of the Progreso Lady Ants. And there goes Nicole Trevino from the Lady Red Ants. And the point goes to Progreso, as Nicole Trevino is ready to serve. So far, she's been doing so good these past games, playing really good defense, trying to block the ball from going to her side with amazing hard spike with force and ability. And that was some force and ability right there, but stopped by the Progreso Red Ants. And there goes Nicole with that spike, and she makes another amazing move right there, as they were able to tie it up 10-10. As once again, she's going to spike for the second time, seeing if they could take the lead right here. And La Feria Lady Lions trying to pass it to one another. Same thing with the Red Ants. And the point goes to La Feria Lady Lions. Up to serve, representing La Feria, would be Geno Ocha. With the serve, with the bump over the net. Feria Lions passing it to one another. Progreso passing it to one another up high from the rooftops over the net with a huge rainbow arc right there. Across from their teammates with the little skyscraper, but it went out of bounds, so Progreso gets the point. Up to serve next, representing Progreso, would be Jaylene Ramos. And couldn't really get the ball from the Lady Lions. It went out of bounds. Jaylene Ramos is going to serve again for the second time. Saving it from falling from the floor. And then at the same time spiking it. And unbelievable. But they weren't able to get the ball over the net or save it from going to the floor. But it's unbelievable. Both players trying to sacrifice their bodies to save the ball from going down. Next to serve, representing La Feria Lions, that was Isha Castillo, just for the record. And they were able to get that in bounds to get a point by La Feria Lions. What a great play. In a weak spot that no one was there. Up to serve again, Castillo. The Ants bumping the ball, setting it up for somebody to spike the ball. Goes up to the air, hits the ball. There you go. Trevino with the save, trying to save the ball from going I actually thought that ball was going inside the basketball net, but it did not. Up to serve once again, representing Progreso would be Esmer Hernandez with the serve. It's a tie game right now. Trying to gain the momentum by hyping each other up right there as they were doing the roar chant right there. And the Lady Lions preventing it from going out of bounds, going over the net. Setting it up wide open, pushing that ball towards the end of the gym, passing it from across the other players from the other side. And the Lady Ants trying to do their best to put it over, and good job by the Lady Lions keeping it alive. The spike, the save over the net, the block, no, still keeping it alive. Oh, and the Lady Ants get the point by Progreso. Unbelievable game right now. It's truly like, you know, it's going back and forth. I know it's a 2-point deficit, but it's still a game. The way it could be a blowout if they're trailing by 10, but they're still in this, and the Feria was able to get 14 on the board. Trailed by, they're down by 1. Up to serve next. That would be Renee Fraga, representing the Lions, setting it up for the spike. Making sure it doesn't hit out of bounds, going over the net. Both teams trying to save the ball from landing up in the air, trying to set it up for the other person to hit it. Trying to set it up high, going over, almost fell, but good flexibility by the Progreso Red Ants. Trying to push it from the other side, a save by Trevino. A little tip right there, a little. And the Progreso Red Ants get the point. Up to serve next would be Leslie Beria. Over the net. Trying to set it up for Trevino with a hard spike. And she does it again. Unbelievable. A hard force on that arm right there. It's going to be a highlight reel for the Progreso Red Ants. Trying to set up the ball to make sure, and a great game play by Trevino, as she also, besides her playing offense, she's really good at defense as well by blocking the ball and also spiking it as well. And Progreso is starting to gain back their confidence, hopefully trying to see if they could maintain it and not lose it. As they're just waiting, the referees are just trying to make sure everything's in check, everything is in the right order, trying to see if the players are in the right spot, if the people that are supposed to be there are supposed to be there. But it looks like everything is fine. Back to the action. And Lady Red Ants are about to serve. Leslie starting off with the serve. Lady Lions setting it up with the hard spike that goes too far to stay in bounds. As Progreso continues on to lead the score 20-14. Can they continue? Can La Feria catch up? That's the question. Here comes the serve by Leslie. Trying to put it over the net. Barely came over the net, rolling. It's barely saved it. Barely saved it from going out of bounds. Trying to set it up high. Trevino trying to like put a little bit of a kiss tip over there, and it was enough for it to land on where nobody was at. And a timeout, I think, by La Feria, trying to see if they could like gain back momentum to catch up with Progreso. We're going to take a quick commercial break from our local sponsors. We'll be right back with Real Sports Live. This is Eddie B.
The bonds we create with our pets can be powerful. A man's best friend really isn't just about dogs, but about any animal companion that brings us joy and unconditional love. Losing a loved one is heart-wrenching, but losing a pet can be just as difficult. Unconditional love deserves unmatched service, which is why we offer pet services for those special pets that become a special part of the family. We serve all the members of your family.
Hi, we're PSJ Southwest Javelinas, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. J's up!
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Welcome back to Real Sports Live from the commercial break. And by Trevino, she hit in a hard hit back and forth. Gun bullets on the crossfire. Trevino again, unbelievable, enough to be in bounds. And if just a couple more points to win this game. And guys, I forgot to mention to you, thanks to my colleagues, they were able to remind me to give a special shout out to the Hidalgo facility and the people on the school board for allowing us to be here to record this special event and this special game. Thank you, Hidalgo, for your hospitality, for helping us, for making us feel like home, for catering to us. Thank you so much for allowing us, for Real Sports Live, to be here at the special game. Thank you. As they're taking a timeout right now, as Progreso has 23, 2 more points, and they could wrap up the first set to get on to the second set to win this game. But I think it's going to be a quick timeout. It's not too long to go to a commercial break. Okay, next to serve for the Progreso Red Ants would be Vanessa Martinez. As she serves the ball, trying to save it, but wasn't there. As the Red Ants need one more point to win this game. So will Vanessa Martinez get the win for the Progreso Red Ants for the first set? Trying to set it up high for Trevino to spike the ball, but luckily there was somebody there on the way to save it from touching the floor. And same thing, you know, somebody there to save it, somebody there to spike it, and the point goes to Progreso. And this set was theirs. They won this set. They fought their hearts out on this matchup set. So we go on to the second set where they're gonna switch sides. And we'll be back with you for more action. And before we go to commercial break, I would like to congratulate once again Hidalgo, and also congratulate our other sponsor for supporting Real Sports Live. And more on this special event that's going to take place will be South Texas Music Festival, which will be taking place in San Benito, Texas, which will be on Saturday, September 21st on next month. And it's between 4 p.m. 11 p.m. There's going to be music. There's going to be great stuff happening, lots of fun for the family and friends. Please invite everybody that you know of. It's going to be great. I might even show up if I'm not busy that time. We're just going to have to find out. But I want to give a special shout out to South Texas Music Festival for helping Real Sports Live. Thank you. And we're going to go to commercial break. This is Eddie B from Real Sports Live.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique, a perfect stop. Great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito. Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're Rodney and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie B back to you again with Real Sports Live. As we're starting off the second set, Progreso about to serve as they won the first set of this game. Let's see if they could be able to pull it off again on the second set. And let's see if La Feria could be able to force a set 3 by winning this game, or by winning this set. Up to serve next for Progreso Red Ants would be Leslie, as they start off really good by getting that point for the team. Let's see if she could stay in the streak right here. Putting it over by a hard serve and a great block once again by Nicole Trevino. She's been absolutely great. With the serve across the gym. With the serve, nobody there. The La Feria Lady Lions get the point. Representing them, ready to serve, would be Sofia Gabera. Trying to serve the ball, going over, and she was able to hit it where nobody was there. This is absolutely good for the Lady Lions as they tie it up. They want to hit it in those places where Progreso Red Ants will not be at if they want to continue putting points on the board. I spoke too soon, and it hit the net. As to serve the ball from the Progreso Red Ants, putting it over the net. A miscommunication right there, as nobody was ready to hit that ball from the Progreso Red Ants. The point goes to La Feria. Ready to serve for La Feria would have to be Jenna Ocha. She's about to serve the ball, but goes out of bounds. Aimed at the wrong side. And that ball went out of bounds for La Feria Lady Lions. Up to serve would be Giselle Popian, as she's going to serve once again, as they get another point on the board, as they're leading this set by 3 points. Serving it, saving it, putting it up in the air, pushing it off, blocking it, but goes back, and nobody there to save it for the team. Progreso continues adding more points to the board. Let's see if they could pull an upset to La Feria, like after winning a game from the second game of this pool play. And after Progreso Ants not winning no games at all, let's see if they could pull an upset on the Lady Lions. Over the net, up high, setting it up to serve. Attempt blocked by the Ants, but it goes over them, so La Feria get the point. Up to serve next for the Lady Lions. That would have to be Igia Castillo, as they were attempting to block it, but they didn't need to because it hit the net. As they also gain another point right there. As Isha Castillo hits it once again. Progreso saving the ball, sending it up in the air with a hard spike, and it is in bounds. Another great highlight reel from the player herself from Progreso, Nicole Trevino. Something to watch when she comes back, when she goes back home, to see her highlights. It's hitting up in the air by Nicole. Sets it up. Oh, and bounces back from the Ant side and just launches it from the other side, and when it was able to land perfectly to La Feria's territory. Up to serve again. Be Nicole Trevino. Setting it up. Lions setting up for the kill, but there was somebody there to block it. Goes over. Progreso is leading by 5. La Feria is trailing by 5. Ready to serve once again as she puts it over the net. La Feria setting up. And I don't know what happened there, but refs gave another point to the Progreso Red Ants. Hitting it again, saving it from falling, putting it over the blocker, and La Feria successfully was able to get a point. Representing the La Feria Lions would be Sierra Salinas, as she served the ball just right now. The Ants trying to tip the ball over the side, but it looked like it was kind of like goaltending, which they gave the point to La Feria. 7-11 goes out of bounds, goes back to Progreso. Up to serve next for the Progreso Ants, Lady Ants, would be Janelle Ramos. As the Lions, Lady Lions, try to softly put it over, gently, with a soft touch, and a hard hit. And a substitution from the Lady Lions. Up next to serve would be Annalene Garza. The Ants trying to set it up for the spike, and they were able to hit it in an open spot. And they call a timeout. I believe it was by Progreso. We'll be back with you with more action on Real Sports Live.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito.
Thanks for watching Real Sports Live. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Real Sports 5, #1.
We're back with the action as La Feria are still in the timeout and they just finished breaking off. And we would like to thank our sponsors from that commercial break. Please support them, and when you get the opportunity, they really do a lot for Real Sports Live, for us still being in existence, for going around the valley, trying to live stream every game. As you could see all your games live stream where you don't have to show up to the events. If you might be out of town, you could always see it through your computer, or through your mobile devices, through Roku, to smartphones. You could even watch the highlights on YouTube. And a great spike by the Lady Lions. And I think that was Gabriana. Or no, I take that back. That was Fraga, Renee Fraga, with that great play. She was able to put 9 on the board. The Lady Lions trying to tip it over the net, but they give the point to La Feria Lady Lions. La Feria Lions trying to quickly catch up, as they just need a couple more points to tie it up to prevent it from it being a blowout. As they were able to successfully again add another point. Braga getting ready, dribbling the ball to get that bounce off. Putting it up in the air, trying to set it up. I actually thought she was going to throw it over, but she just set it up to get a better spike. Them alternating to see who would be the best person to get at that point. And a little tip off. And the point goes to Progreso. Serving Leslie. Going up over the net for the save, for the push. Pushing it up in the air for the spike. Goes up in the air. Anticipating the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Up next to serve for La Feria Lady Lions, as they alternate players just right now, would be the captain of the team, which would be Gabriana Beltran, as she serves the ball. And they're setting it up for the spiker, which would be Nicole Trevino, giving it to the strongest person in the team. Trying to set it up, putting it over the net, setting it up for the kill, and perfectly executed. As they're next to serve right now, as Vanessa Martinez is ready to put more points for her team. And another great spike, but a stop from the Lady Ants. Trying to set it up for a great play, and kind of tricked them right there by putting it over instead of a fast spike, but Progreso gets the point. Once again, Vanessa Martinez is going to serve again for the second time in a row. Here comes the serve. Trying to bounce it, and nobody there from the Lady Lions. I guess nobody wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to save the ball. Miscommunication right there. As we take this commercial break, when we continue, what will happen next? Will the Lady Ants win set 2, or will La Feria catch up and win this second set to lead to a set 3? After this commercial break, this is Real Sports Live. Welcome back to Real Sports Live on a quick timeout. We want to thank our sponsor, South Padre Island. Visit one of their websites. It's a great resort to go. I like going to the beach just to blow off some steam from work and from school. It's a great place. It's one of the best places to go visit, to enjoy the sand, to enjoy with your family. We want to thank them for supporting Real Sports Live. Next to serve from the Lady Lions, Jana Ocha, with Trevino with the hit, sending it up in the air with an amazing 20 miles per hour spike, but it did not stay in bounds, so Progreso gets the point. Up to serve, up in the air with a big high step, and nobody there to take advantage to get the ball. Laveria get the point. Up to serve next for the Lady Lions, Isha Castillo, throwing it over the net, setting up for that big kill, and saving that using teamwork right there from Progreso, setting it up with a big hit, and it was enough for them to get the strike. Castillo's once again gonna serve, hits it, saves it by Progreso, setting it up. The Feria setting up for the little hop, setting it for the heart spike, saved by Progreso, setting it up in the air with a great play by Nicole Trevino as he continues impressing millions watching at home. As Trevino is up to hit, up to serve, as Lafayette tries to make something happen. A great block by the Ants, Lady Ants. Over the net, and a great tip over. Just enough to go over, just enough to hit the floor. Once again to serve next for would be Sierra Salinas, with a big hit going up. As they hit the ball, enough for La Feria gets the point. Impressive right there. Sierra ready to serve again. Save and going close to the bleachers, but saved by the players from the Progreso Red Ants, and La Feria gaining momentum. And I believe there's a timeout by Progreso. I guess they saw the La Feria getting endurance in this matchup, and they're just only 2 points away from tying it up. And the game point is 25 points. I would like to apologize, guys. We are taking a commercial break. I don't know if it was live streaming right now, but it's streaming just right now. We would like to apologize for anybody watching at home, as the Lady Red Ants lead La Feria Alliance 20-18, as both teams are taking a timeout. And as we're coming back to the action, ready to serve, representing the Feria Alliance would be Sierra Salinas, as she's going to serve once again. And it went too far from the other side, and Progreso gets another point. They need at least 3 more points to make it 25, so that way it could be the game point winner. And Jaylene Ramos serving the ball. La Feria with the save, setting it up high. hit it enough to where nobody would get it. Feria almost catching up. Ready to serve for La Feria. Annalyn Garza trying to see who would fight for it, but it's no use as Progreso continues on with another point. Up next to serve would be Esmer Hernandez, representing Progreso as she hits it. Throws it up in the air and slips off of the hands of one of the players from La Feria, so Progreso gets the point. Ocha was trying to put it up over the net from the Feria Lions, but it just slipped off their hands, and just one of those things like trying to save it, trying to put it over the net, but aimed it wrong. It's 20-23. And remember, guys, they need to win by 2. So if La Feria can at least make a couple of points, it won't have to end at 25. Trying to set up the ball up high for La Feria to hit it, and it hits Nicole Trevino right in the chest, and it lands on the floor. And La Feria gains a point right there. Up to serve next would be Renee Fraga. Let's see if she has what it takes to add more points to La Feria to make this a game. As it's 23-21 with a little hop right there. Pushing it further for where nobody could get it. And we're unable to execute La Feria, so Progreso gets another point. Since they're not up by 2, they just need one more point to take this series home, and they do. Progreso successfully defeated La Feria High on this the second game, and they finally were able to win this game. They pulled an upset to La Feria Lions, which they were able to win the last game, 25-21. The first set, Progreso beat La Feria Lady Lions 25-16, and now in this set they beat them 25-21. As Progreso did it really amazing in this set right here. But that's all we have for today. Before I go, I would like to once again congratulate one of our sponsors, South Texas Music Festival, which will be taking place in San Benito, Texas. It's going to be next month on Saturday, September 21st, which will be between 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. The address is right there. There's going to be music, and there's going to be like a lot of great activities right there to enjoy. Bring your friends, bring your family members, and it's a great place just to go relax and to listen to Tejano music. And we would like to give them a great shout out. And we also would like to give a great shout out to Hidalgo, the gym facility, for allowing us to be here to live stream on this pool play game on Friday. We thank Hidalgo for their hospitality, for allowing us to be here, for them for catering to us and everything else. We want to thank you, Hidalgo, for supporting Real Sports Live. Until the next game, we still got a couple more games left until everything is over. But this is Eddie B, and this is Real Sports Live.